Good kill, good kill. Hey, good kill.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're here in the A-4 Skyhawk and we got some troops in contact. A little resupply station where helicopters land and drop off supplies. They've come in contact with a large group of Russian infantry. And so we're going to scramble here. We're going to drop some napalm on them today. And believe me, you do not want to be on the receiving end of napalm. I'm not sure who doesn't know this, but napalm was like a sticky gel. It was a gasoline, benzene, and polystyrene mix that created an incendiary gel. And this gel would just sit on your skin, it would sit on vehicles, vegetation, and burn at extreme temperatures. I'm also carrying 6 Mark 82s, so we're very heavy. I'm going to launch from here. We're just going to send it. I'm going to try to get every inch of runway I can get. And we're carrying 4 napalm canisters as well, so this is going to be a difficult takeoff for the A-4. It's a rather heavy aircraft right now. Just keep it center line here. Try to get that speed up. I'm not going to rotate until like the last second. We should be fine theoretically. Here we go. Rotate. Ooh. Ooh, gear up. You got to put the gear up if you want to clear those guys at the end of the road. We are airborne. Just waiting to achieve good lift here before I put the flaps up. It's going to bank into the direction of the target. And we'll set up the rest of the aircraft as we get a little closer to the objective area. So we all obviously know what napalm does, but I was personally shocked to hear that it burns at temperatures closer to 1200 degrees Celsius, which is about 2100 degrees Fahrenheit. Those are shocking numbers, and those are under like ideal conditions. Lost lift on the aircraft there for a second when I put flaps up, and almost scraped that guy's roof. Luckily we got away with it though. That was close. But yeah, man, 2100 degrees Fahrenheit, you know, 1200 degrees Celsius. These are unbelievable numbers. Like, this is melt you in place material. It's so hot. I did not know it went that high on the temperature scale. Like, that is crazy. Probably one of the worst ways to go, I think. And just to put that in perspective for you, aluminum melts at 600 degrees Celsius, which is about 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is way hotter. You know, it's burning aluminum. Even structural steel begins to lose significant strength at temperatures below napalm's peak burning temperature. So, you know, it's quite a devastating weapon here. We're extremely close to the ground here. But I think one of napalm's most notable characteristics is not just the temperature, but it's the you know, the gel that sticks to everything, and this stuff just burns away. And it, you know, what makes that interesting is that it concentrates heat in a specific area. So you can use it on buildings, you can use it on vehicles. You'll probably destroy these things, you know, and just forget about people. Like, I doubt there's anything left of people once this thing hits. And here's another interesting fact. During Vietnam, America dropped about 400,000 tons of napalm over Vietnam. Absolutely insane. I don't even want to imagine what that was like, to be on the receiving end of that. So we have 4 napalm canisters to deliver today, and it should make Forest go boom and all bad guys go bye-bye. Okay, beautiful. We got the river here, and we will follow the river. Look at this. I love how this thing flies. A little scooter. The flight characteristics of the A4 are among my favorite. I've talked about this in the past. The roll rate is absolutely insane, but it just flies nice, man. Good AOA, good responsiveness on the stick. The roll rate's not just good, it's excessive. You know, I talked about in other videos, 720 degrees a second. There's no need for that. You know, there's no need for 720 degrees a second. I have no idea when you would use that. If you're an A4 pilot watching this from back in the day and you used 720 degrees for something, please let me know what it was. I would genuinely like to know why that was a characteristic of this aircraft. Alright, friendlies should be marked with red smoke, so I'm just going to climb here a little bit so I can make out red. I can see a little bit of red in the distance there, so we're going to go ahead and climb so I can figure out where we're going to drop these napalm canisters. They said they're taking fire from the tree line. Yep, I can see the tracers coming out of the tree line. Okay, gonna drop the napalm canisters one at a time in an attempt to spread them out over a wide area, just across the entire tree line here. Just line it up. Looking good. Alright, here we go. Pickle, 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 pickle. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, dude. Okay, it looks like there might still be a couple of tracers coming out of there, although the tracers have reduced by like 90% coming out of that tree line. And the rest of them might just die from the fire and the smoke in there. At the very least, they're gonna have to retreat. Look at this, incoming AAA. It's actually kind of close. But I am still carrying 6 Mark 82 Snake Eyes, so we're going to come around and I'm going to smash that position one more time and make sure it's absolutely clear. I don't want any tracers coming out of there when I leave. And we're going to be very careful not to hit the red smoke. Remember, red smoke marks friendlies. There we go, and pickle. Pickle, 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 pickle. And we'll pull away. There we go. Good hits. Alright. Not bad. Look at this. There is no more tracer fire coming out of that tree line. Not one round is coming out of that tree line. There's the friendly little FARP base thing over there. There's a couple helicopters on the ground. Wow, man. I mean, I knew napalm was effective, but it's really something to see it by yourself, you know? We're taking some flak here, so I'm going to start reducing altitude. Try to get this thing back to base. Alright, we're gonna head back. I gotta land this thing on the Autobahn again. And that's quite a challenge in itself because the A4 doesn't have a chute. It's got a hook because it was obviously originally supposed to land on a carrier. So we will have to put it down on the Autobahn, which will be slightly challenging again because of no chute. The chute is actually really nice, the drag chute. I like it when it's on the aircraft for Autobahn landings. Just gives you a little more comfort that you can stop in time, you know, in case you float down the runway a little bit more than you'd like. But we're not going to have that luxury with the A4, but we'll make it work. You know, and I say this in a lot of videos, imagine these things at scale. Like, you saw what one A4 Skyhawk did to that entire tree line of troops. Now imagine you called like 5 of them, 6 of them, you know, and they were just doing passes over an entire forested area, just dropping napalm after napalm after napalm, right? Imagine how devastating that would be to any advancing forces. Like, it's hard to imagine. Here we go, in between the 2 little towers. Woo! I love this thing. Or imagine a broken arrow call was put out, and broken arrow is forces being overrun. I read that the broken arrow, because a nuke is missing, that's from a movie, from my understanding. Broken arrow, during Vietnam, it meant American forces about to be overrun. And imagine like 10 of these A4s showed up and dropped napalm. Alright guys, we're not far from the Autobahn here, and we'll go ahead and see if I can land this thing without getting myself killed.